players shortlisted for the newly created CONCACAF 2021 Men's Player of the Year Award. The nominees for the Men's and Women's Players of the Year Award were selected based on their performance in sanctioned regional and FIFA matches and competitions. The other nominated American and Weston McKennie and Mexican international Herving Lozano. And your Palm Beach weather for this beautiful Valentine's Day, mostly sunny with a high near 69. Breezy with north winds of 14 to 17 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. Then at night, mostly cloudy with a steady temperature around 64. North winds 13 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18 miles per hour. And down in Fort Lauderdale, sunny with a high near 70 degrees. Breezy with a north wind 14 to 17 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. Then at night, becoming mostly cloudy with a low around 61. Northeast winds 11 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. And that was the news, entertainment, and sports with Sean Garrity. Be sure to stay tuned to this station for more news from around the world, locally, and the Caribbean.
Hi FLEXXers, welcome to Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, right here on FlexFM.online. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. Don't forget, it's The Naked Truth Talk Show, the show that brings the truth to the front line.
Vaccine, come for your vaccine, now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, come for your vaccine, now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine.
This is Nigel Blair from BMG Tax and Accounting Services. Whether you're a small business owner, a manager at a medium-sized corporation, or a self-employed freelancer, the team at BMG Tax and Accounting Services is here for you. We offer comprehensive bookkeeping and tax services designed to keep your finances in check. Keeping track of your finances takes a fair amount of time, energy, and patience, and you probably have a lot of other things on your plate. So don't struggle to keep up with all that number crunching and paperwork. Our bookkeeping services are designed to make your life easier so you can focus on what you do best. At BMG, we're dedicated to client satisfaction and we're prepared to go the extra miles to earn your business and trust. We pride ourselves on attention to detail in all that we do, and we're ready to put our skills and knowledge to work for you. For more information about our services or to schedule a consultation,
you're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a
and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
Skank jiggy 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 jiggy. Skank jiggy 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 jiggy. Me say fi skank jiggy jiggy jiggy. Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone. Yesterday world where you gone, gone, gone.
World Premiere Wednesdays. World Premiere.
This is a tribute to Sister Rita Marley. Oh, ja, ja. Ja, 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 ja. Rastafari knows everything. I friend, Aja, ooh, else, Aja, ja. Yes, the higher man knows everything. I friend, Aja, ooh, else, Aja, ja. Forces will fight, will be defeated. Black man unite, too long separated. Walk into light and do Jah will now. Just shining light, prophecy fulfill, yeah. To each his own, to each his own. To everything there is a season. Rastafari knows everything. My friend, Aja, ooh, else, Aja, ja. Yes, the higher man knows everything. My friend, Aja, ooh, else, Aja, ja. Evil eyes, they penetrate high. Oh, bad looks, don't mean you hate high. Slippery road,
CAR Caribbean Auto Resource, located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. We have a program built for tax time. Our program includes $500 minimum down payment, cash or trade-in. Qualifies after 30 days on the job. $1,600 minimum income. Units up to 13-year-old. Mileage up to 150,000. Yes, everyone's approved. That's Caribbean Auto Resource. Once again located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. You can contact us by phone at 954-399-3787 or 954-557-9907. Don't forget about our referral program. Refer a friend and earn from $50 up to $200. Yes, it's true. I ask these questions a lot of times, so if you have been wondering, yes, we finance people who don't have a driver's license. Beacon score does not matter. One of my dealer closed a deal on the 383 Beacon. Good credit, bad credit, any credit, you're approved. Don't ask me how they do it. Just know that it's done. It's Caribbean Auto Resource. Call them today and you'll be driving in minutes. It's time to stop dreaming and start driving.
Out of my dreams, get into my car.
I see them lost, lost in illusion.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deductions and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
Hi, I'm Nigel Blair, studio host for FLEXX FM Sports, coverage of CASA, Caribbean America's Soccer Association League. Don't forget to subscribe to watch highlights all season long and to be sure to tune in every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on FLEXX FM Sports for live coverage of all matches.
Hi FLEXXers, welcome to Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, right here on FlexFM.online. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 and 2 p.m. Don't forget, it's The Naked Truth Talk Show, the show that brings the truth to the front line.
Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine.
This is Nigel Blair from BMG Tax and Accounting Services. Whether you're a small business owner, a manager at a medium-sized corporation, or a self-employed freelancer, the team at BMG Tax and Accounting Services is here for you. We offer comprehensive bookkeeping and tax services designed to keep your finances in check. Keeping track of your finances takes a fair amount of time, energy, and patience, and you probably have a lot of other things on your plate. So don't struggle to keep up with all that number crunching and paperwork. Our bookkeeping services are designed to make your life easier so you can focus on what you do best. service. At BMG, we're dedicated to client satisfaction and we're prepared to go the extra miles to earn your business and trust. We pride ourselves on attention to detail in all that we do, and we're ready to put our skills and knowledge to work for you. For more information about our services or to schedule a consultation,
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me win. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner. Yes, I'm the winner.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
Tender love, love so tender, pulling me close to you. Baby, I surrender. Tender love, love so tender, pulling me close to you. Baby, I surrender.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize for the audio glitch just now. Yes, our technical director has rectified that. Once again, I apologize for the no audio just now, but hey, I bet you can hear me now. Good. All right. What I was saying before, it sounded like you needed that translator, and we never had the translator, so the technical engineer had to rectify it because the translator is in another country. All right. So, Again, ladies and gentlemen, my special guest today, right here on Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, is the Force MDs, a group that is no stranger to your playlists, to be honest with you. Now, the band was originally named the LDs, ladies and gentlemen, and then became the Force MDs, but ultimately performed the name Force MDs, which stood for, that should be a quiz now, what the MD means. Ladies and gentlemen, it meant musical diversity. And when you talk about diversity, you talk about the Force MDs. Yes, for real. Now, through the group, now listen, the group was not quite always as recognizable as others in New York. Now, the New York R&B act, ladies and gentlemen, when it first started, they were among the first R&B vocal group to intermix doo-wop singing along with the hip-hop beats. Yes. Now, when you talk about the doo-wop kind of thing and the hip-hop, some of you may know the hip-hop, but when you come on to doo-wop, you're thinking about the 60s and 70s, right? Imagine, this is what the diversity stands for. This is what the MDs stand for, the musical diversity, ladies and gentlemen. When they can intertwine the doo-wop with the hip-hop and give you some melodic sounds that is a signature sound today, like we call the Force MD sound. Yes, that's what that is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to ask the producer, do we have any one of the videos of the Force MDs line up? Okay, so I'm going to get ready, ladies and gentlemen. The Force MDs are coming up momentarily, but I want to drop a video of the Force MDs. So I'm going to drop this jingles one time so you can hear a synopsis of one of the Force MDs song, ladies and gentlemen. You may know it as Tender Love. Check this jingle out real quick.
See them lost, lost in illusion.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
Can
can't get enough of that video, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. I just can't get enough of that. That's the group that I'll be talking with in a couple of minutes. Those guys are on standby right now as we speak. We're going to bring them in, ladies and gentlemen, one by one. And as we get the thumbs up, we'll just find out. I watched this morning a 20-minute performance of Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not talking about back in the days. I'm talking about a current performance. And I'm telling you that it's a thing when you're gifted. It's something that doesn't leave. It stays with you. Even if you're not in the mood, once you hear the song or the beatbox, then you just get right to it. And I'm watching these guys performing and I'm saying to myself, listen, great will always be great. There's no other way to describe this group than just, they're great. Ladies and gentlemen, the Force MDs. Let me start with my guest here. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you? Okay, as we rectify our group, that's some of the members of the Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, how comfortable they are. That's when they do it good and done, you know. That's how comfortable you can look. Well easy, you know what I mean? So that's a small introduction of our group, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting on the third member right now of the group. So as a third member, join us, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to get right into the interview. But you just saw a song called Tender Love just now. That's just one of the hits that these brothers have reeled off, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you a small synopsis of the group itself. Now, the group was composed of brothers, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, I remember growing up, I used to be in a breakdance group, and it was like me, two of my brothers, and my neighbors, and friends from around the way. Now, this group was composed of brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Stevie D, Antoine, TCD, Lundy, Rodney, Khalil, Lundy. So if you notice, and of course along with their uncle, Jesse Lee Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. So it was more like a family affair if you ask me personally, to be honest with you. No, they're later friends, Trisco Pearson and Charles Mercury. Now, look at it. It was the same identical thing, and I'll tell about the dance group I was in the 80s. These were the songs that we were dancing to, itching for a scratch and stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. When you go to a party back then in the 80s, listen, if the DJ doesn't have a Force MD's Love Ballad, remember, we will be walking out the party saying, this DJ sucks. You have to have a Force MD in your collection. You cannot tell no one that was born in the 60s, 70s, or the 80s about Force MDs and they don't have a clue what you're talking about. No. We talk about the 90s, ladies and gentlemen. The Force MD is still active and working. We're in what, 2022? The group is still active and working. When you're great, you're just great. Yes, there's no way, shape, form around that, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go around greatness, to be honest with you. Now, the group began performing in Times Square, New York City streets, corners, during trips on the Staten Island ferry. Meaning, you ever see those, I'm going to give you a visual of what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You ever see those group in the subway just performing for the love of it? It's not even about the money, just performing because they love it. Or have you ever seen those group that on the street side next to a particular building just performing if they're allowed to, if authorities allow them to? And most time authority will probably move them, but when they are that good, sometimes authority just look on in amaze. Ends what happened with this group, ladies and gentlemen. Then a record label, Tommy Boy's Records, picked the group up in 1984, man. They were signed to Tommy Boy's record label in 1984, and you know the rest is history, for real. Now that's a small history of the group Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say that the group is still working today and sounding just the same, it amazes me how the group at this stage and at this age is like your age but your voice remain the same, youthful. The energy level of their performance, ladies and gentlemen, is still youthful. I'm telling you. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop another song, another popular song from the Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. And this may refresh your memory of this group right here. So, with that being said, because we could just close our eyes and just pick a song, and it was an hit back then. Still probably one of your top 10 hit on your playlist today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to drop another Force MDs video, and I want you all to look on. Then you will tell me, hey, I remember that one. Take a listen.
When you told me you were going, I played it confident and cool. Kissed you goodbye, my way of showing I couldn't care less about losing you. But what goes around comes back around. At least that's what they say. And it must be true, 'cause I cried for you since you went away. I couldn't care less. Love went wrong, now you're gone to someone else. I didn't protest, so sure I would get you. But then I couldn't care less. Now I cry every night all by myself. I got to confess, I'm sorry I hurt you. I couldn't push aside your memory. The pain was more than I can stand. Could not pretend that it was no concern of mine. Your love was going to another man. I had tried not to miss you. Can we ever met before? But I care for you and love you more and more and more. I couldn't care less. Love went wrong, now you're gone to someone else. I didn't protest, so sure I forget you. But then I couldn't care less. Now I cry every night all by myself.
I gotta confess, ladies and gentlemen, the group Force MDs I have here. This is Stevie. Good afternoon, Stevie. How are you? Can you hear me, Steve? I am not sure if I am hearing Steve. Steve, can you hear me? Okay. Steve, maybe it's the earphone that's plugged in. I know I can see you pretty well, but I'm having a little problem hearing. All right, as Steve rebooted his computer, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. By 1984, the group signed with Tommy Boy's record, and they had developed into a quiet storm contemporary R&B group. It is now they have some top 10 hits back then, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, such as Tears from the debut album Love Letter. With the exception of their first album, the group was the first act on Tommy Boy's to have major label distribution through its then parent label, which is Warner Brothers Records, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that being said, that is trend within itself. Meaning, imagine, Warner Brothers was a major film and record label back then. Then we do have Tommy Boy's Records. I remember Tommy Boy's Records. I used to buy a lot of 12-inch with Tommy Boys, and this is when you normally get like the Force MDs and others. So imagine the group was the first act on Tommy Boys to have major record distribution between its then parent, Warner Brothers Records, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is just my recollection. Warner Brothers were more of they're coming from the Motown era, the Motown days and stuff like that. So I know for sure that when they are merging into the new R&B sound and hip hop, now this is why they have the album, the label, Tommy Boys Records. So it's like we do have a record label, but we just focus on this. But we want to get into the R&B hip hop market, so create a whole separate label for that. And that label, ladies and gentlemen, was Tommy Boys Records, where they specifically deal with the up and coming, the new acts them and so forth. And it's a way not to confuse stuff or mix up any stuff. You know what I mean? So this is Stevie, right? Okay, let's get Stevie here. Yes, Stevie, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I can hear you loud and clear too in my ears here. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the founding member of the group, which is, of course, Stevie. That's Stevie D.
Yes. Yes, sir. How you doing, everybody?
I'm doing great.
Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, my brother. A pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Now,
yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Stevie, you're one of the founding members of the group, right?
Yes, I'm the last of the original members of the group.
Oh man.
The rest of the four members passed away. I'm the last of the original. But we are a family oriented group, but we've been continuing the group with my other brother and my nephew, who've been continuing the legacy of the Force MDs.
Oh wow.
My brother Khalil and my nephew Zayn. We've been continuing the legacy for the last couple of years.
Yes, I can see that. So let me ask. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions because I know that for you guys were discovered. You guys were actually using the authentic way to get the music out there. When you started out, the objective was to get signed, get a record deal, or you were just doing it for the love of it? Because right here it says that you guys were performing in Times Square, New York Street corner, and of course during trips back and forth on the Staten Island ferry.
Yes, sir. That's how we started. It started out with local talent shows, and we were winning a lot of talent shows. And one day we went to one of the biggest talent shows in New York City, the 5 boroughs of New York. We was winning all the talent shows in Staten Island, New York at one time. And we took a chance to go to the biggest talent show in New York City for the 5 boroughs. You know, that will compare us to other acts that's in Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. So we did the talent show and we came in first place again in that talent show. So that's when we knew, hey, maybe we do got something here because we winning all these talent shows. We do got some real talent. So on our way from the talent show, they won a big trophy and they gave us a check and a big trophy. On our way, well, they didn't give us a check. It wasn't a real check. I ain't gonna explain that part, but they gave us a big trophy. They made us all happy for nothing, but we was happy we came in first place. So we got on the Staten Island ferry.
Yes.
And we seen this country singer singing on a boat with a big guitar case out, singing Rhinestone Cowboy and a lot of other country tunes. And we just seen so many dollar bills going into that guitar case. And our pockets had nothing but lint inside our pockets. As Rakim says, we had nothing but lint in our pockets, looking at this guy making all this money. Yeah. And my uncle Jesse from the group, who was me and TCD and Khalil's uncle, he said, hey guys, I bet you if we sing on a boat, do what we do in these talent shows, and we usually do the talent shows, we really never have music. You know, we do it a cappella. Right. So he says, I bet you if we do we doing these talent shows, we can make some money on this boat. We was like, no way. Now, you got to think. We're from the hood, Staten Island hood, the projects, sing in front of mainly just blacks and Puerto Ricans, mainly in our hood.
Wow.
So on the boat, it has all the white audiences and Korean, all types of audiences mixed. So we said this. Well, hey, this guy can do it. We can do it. We went and did it. I always had a big Applejack hat on when I was younger, like Michael Jackson on Ben. I had that hat tucked to the back, and they said, "Steve, take your hat off. Put the money." So we put the money in. I said, "I ain't taking my hat off, man. Put the money there. Put the hat down." So I put the hat down, and boy, did that hat fill up with so many dollars, coins, and change. Yes, our eyes lit up like, holy crap! And this all we got to do to make money instead of going to these stores stealing candy and stuff. We can make some real money here. So after that time, that really gratified us. Like, wow, we had our motto after that. If you're broke, let's hit the boat. That was it. That was everything motto. You want to go to movies? Hit the boat. You want to do this? Hit the boat. You make some money. So that was our everyday hustle. That was our everyday hustle. We did that on a ferry for a couple of years. Then we did it on Times Square. We got tons and tons of cards from people. Hey man, I can get you guys to do this. We paid no attention to that. It was like you said earlier. It was the love of entertaining people.
Wow.
We just had a drive for that. Until because at first I just got to get this clear so everybody can get a clear understanding of our group.
Yes.
The group started as the Lundy brothers. It was me, my brother TC, and Khalil. We're all brothers.
Yes.
Then we added our uncle Jesse D, who is my mother's brother. He's our uncle. We all the same age, so he joined the group. We changed it from Lundy Brothers to the LDs. That was the group. The LDs was the group that started. Me, my brothers, and my uncle started working on the talent shows and started singing on the Staten Island Ferry. Now, me, myself, Stevie, I was also with another group. But it was a rap group called the Force MCs. Not MDs, it was Force MCs. Dr. Rock, DJ, and the Force MCs. We were the first act from Staten Island to go to the Bronx, Harlem, and all this and make a name for ourselves, because Staten Island was like the forgotten borough of New York City. And when they seen us rapping and harmonizing with the rap, they were so blown away, like, yo, these guys are from Staten Island? They can rap like this? We made a name. We had an underground buzz with our name as the Force MCs, as rappers that can harmonize and rap. So I'm just going to put it all together so you can get a clear understanding. So I was doing two groups, LDs by day, Force MCs by night, going to nightclubs and hip-hop clubs at night.
Wow.
So Mr. Magic, who's the most popular DJ in New York City at the time, he's the one who started putting rap on the radio, called Rapper Cap. Mr. Magic had a sister that lived in Staten Island.
Okay.
Now, before he went on the boat, I hope I ain't too long. I'm trying to get the clear story so everybody can understand.
And that's what I want. Stevie, I want you to take us through the journey, the history of the Force MDs. I'm liking it.
Okay. Okay. So now Mr. Magic was already getting whispers about, hey man, you got to check out these dudes from Staten Island called the Force MCs, man. They're dope. He was getting it from other rappers like Fearless 4 MCs, talking about them. He said, well, you got some guys from Staten Island can rap? He had the Force MCs in his mind. He's like, wow, I gotta check these guys out, man. I gotta see if they can get them. I gotta see what I can do with them. So he had that in his mind, right? Not knowing that Steve is from the Force MCs and the LDs. Now, he's seen us on the ferry boat. He's seen the LDs singing on the ferry boat on his way to visit his sister. He says, man, you guys can really sing, man, and you guys are good entertainers. He was blown away. So listen, man, I gotta introduce you to this guy named Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records, man. He has to hear you guys sing, man. And then we said, who are you? So, I'm Mr. Magic, man, from WBLS, the radio. And we didn't believe him, so he pulled out an 8x10 and showed us, this is me, Mr. Magic. I said, all right, man, before we do anything, put some money in the hat first. He said, oh, okay, I'll put some money in the hat. So he put some money in the hat. Now let's talk, man. You guys meet me here this certain day. And I guarantee you, if he likes you guys are going to record deal. He got pretty excited. Really? Wow, that's crazy. We'll be there, man. We'll be there. Now, out of the LDs, me, TC, Khalil, and Jesse, my brother Khalil says, yo, I am not going to be able to go to that audition for Tommy Boy, man, because I'm going into the mosque. I'm going to become a Muslim. Me and my girlfriend want to become Muslims. Yes, he turned the record deal for fake because, he wanted to follow his faith, man. He just felt because he's very knowledgeable guy, reading Bibles and very fake, like really, really very high intelligence. Our brother's very high intelligence. He just wanted to get all his knowledge of everything. He's already a 5%er. Like back in New York days, they had 5%. Yo, Peace God, Black Men, Rakim and all these guys, they were all 5%ers. Yeah. That's why they got his name. Raekwon, Rakim, he's all 5%ers. So Khalil was already a 5%, and then he says, "Yo, me and my girl want to go to the temple and become Muslims." So he left before we signed the record, before we even heard from Tom Silverman. So I says, "Oh man, Khalil left." So left me, TC, and Jesse. And I says, "Wow, man, what are we gonna do now, man? Us three got to go." And I said, "Hold up. What if I bring Mercury along? Mercury can harmonize. He can harmonize too, man. We rap, but we harmonize too." And he says, "Yeah."
Yes.
Somebody say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody said something. Okay. I said, Mercury harmonize too. So TC and Jesse said, "All right, man, bring him along. Man. He can replace Khalil." We said, "Okay, cool." So I brought Mercury along. So on our way to the audition on Staten Island Ferry, going from Staten Island to Manhattan, we bumped into Trisco Pearson. He will be the fifth member of the Force MDs before we became Force MDs. So we seen him on the boat. "See, what's up, Trisco?" He said, "Hey, man, so where y'all going, man? Man, we about to go to this audition, man, for this guy named Tom Silverman from Tommy Boy Records, man. If he likes us, he'll probably sign us to get a record." He said, "Oh, that'll be dope, man. I wish I could go with y'all, man," because Trisco's a known singer in Staten Island, also with a group called Cook Corporation. And that group from Staten Island won that big talent show in New York City, the whole New York City, the year after we won. They won. Wow. That's how good they were. And Trisco's the little man of the group, that big Rick James voice, that big baritone, that voice, that soulful voice. So he said, "Man, I wish I can go with y'all, man." We said, "That'd be dope, but you with a group already." He said, "Man, my group broke up." And light bulbs went on head, ding, 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 ding. Really? He says, "Well," and so my brother TC said, "Well, Steve, since you got Mercury to join us, how about Trisco join us in the group too?" And Trisco said, "Yeah," because Trisco's already good at picking up harmony and everything. He's already in the group, so he knew how to just blend in. So he said, "All right, Trisco, come on." It was kind of like the Wizard of Oz. We pick up Trisco. "Come on, man. We got to go to the wizard, Tom Silverman." So he pick up Trisco. Then DJ Dr. Rocco was in the rap group with us. "Yo, man, let me come too. Maybe they might need a DJ." "All right, man, Doc, come on, man, come on."
Oh my!
So we all.
So at this time, Stevie, the group was forming instantly on one trip.
All on one trip. We all on one trip on that ferry was on our way to that Tommy Boy audition.
Wow.
We never all really sung together. Like Mercury and Trisco never really sung with the LDs. Me, TC, and Jesse. We never really all sung together, but they just had to blend in and make it all sound good. They knew how to pick up a note, boom, boom, boom. Right. So we arrived at Tom Silverman's house, right? And Mr. Magic goes, hey, hold up, man. It's like 6 of you guys. It's more. It's like I seen like 4 of you guys on a boat. And we told him a story about Khalil. So Khalil had to do this, so we got him. So Tom Silverman, well, let me hear you guys. So we started singing a cappella. We started doing Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Elvis Presley. We did everything he can think of. We was singing, and he was blown out of his socks. Like, you guys can do everything. And Jesse, he was like the Michael Jackson guy in the group. So he jumped on the table. He almost jumped on his table doing Michael Jackson. He's like, "Oh, he sounds like Michael." He's like, "This guy sounds like Michael Jackson." So he was so blown away. And then he says, "Hey, plus we can rap too. You guys can rap too." And that's when me and Mercury started getting to the Force MCs rapping. "I'm Stevie D, hey, Mercury, blah, blah, blah." And Mr. Magic, "Hold up. You guys are the Force MCs that the guys been telling me about?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Holy shit, holy crap. We got 2 groups in one. I was looking for these Force MCs guys." So he had what he wanted. Tommy Boy said, oh my God, these guys can do it all. So this is a key thing, my brother.
Yes.
Key element right here.
Yes.
So he said, okay, now I have the LDs and I have the Force MCs. Okay, so if I sign you guys, what are you gonna call yourselves? We all had to think, oh wow, that's a good question. Now, I want you to know the LDs stands for Lundy's, Nee Collins, Aticia Lundy's. Our last name is Lundy.
Yes.
And D stands for Daniels. That's Jesse's last name.
Oh.
Daniels. Okay, so we could not use the LDs because Trisco and Mercury had different last names. Mercury's last name was Nelson. Right. Trisco's last name was Pearson. So we couldn't use their last names. So he says, how about using Force? Just name the group Force. He said, MCs? He says, no, we can't say MCs because we're singers too. Just, how about MDs? That can stand for like musical diversity, that y'all versatile, y'all can sing and rap.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great. Let's call ourselves the Force MDs. And that's how we became the Force MDs.
Man, a force to be reckoned with, ladies and gentlemen. The Force MDs, musical diversity. No, that was
yes.
Listen, that, Stevie, should be, I'm here listening to you and it's like I'm visualizing it. It's like a whole documentary of the
it sounds like a movie, right?
I'm telling you. And the thing is, so you guys started out just loving this thing, and you were one of the most diverse, one of the hardest working one, I should say, moving back and forth between groups. But the fact that this is when you guys come together now as one.
Yes. Came together as one, man.
And this is when you guys were signed with Tommy Boy's Records.
Tommy Boy Records. He signed us on the spot. No demo tape, just listening to us sing raw talent, acapella, beatboxing, and doing it all. He was just amazed, like how we had him gravitated just seeing us. He seen what Mr. Magic was talking about. He says, Mr. Magic, son, you gotta see these guys, man. And when he's seen it, he's just like, wow, I know what you're talking about now, Magic. I gotta sign these guys. I want them first. We didn't even get a chance to go to other record companies. He just took us ASAP. I want them. I want these guys first.
So
I guess he did.
With a contract like this, now we take you guys off the streets of Times Square in New York City, the street corner, and off the boat, the ferry.
Yes, indeed.
So now that you guys are now making appearances in places like the Apollo and stuff like that. So
Madison Square Garden.
Oh my goodness, the place for entertainment. So now, for me, I would say that because I remember when I first, when I was growing up in the 80s, as a DJ, if we don't have a Force MD's Love Ballad in our collection, might as well don't go to that segment. Because everybody come out, hey, do you have Tears? Hey, do you have I Couldn't Care Less? And you have to, if you don't have it this week, next week, you cannot come without having it. What was it like having the success of all these hits coming back to back? I know the workload must get a little bit more now than just the subway. What was it like being signed to Tommy Boy's Records?
Let me tell you, man, we went in the studio and we started recording songs. We never been in the studio before. So these headphones and listening to the music and just harmonies, hearing it back when you singing it and then they play it back and you're just like, wow, man, we sound like a record. We say that to us, man, don't we sound like a record? Yeah, we sound like a record, man. Wow. We were so amazed about being in a studio. And then, boy, we started getting the real feel of it. So, okay, turn the lights out, put the candles on, man. Let's sing Tears now. Let's do Tears now. Let's put the mood into it. That's how we used to do those records, man. We used to cut the lights out, put a candle, and sing Tears like we was really there with a woman doing it, man. Like really there. Like whatever was happening, we just put that feel in it like we was really doing it, man. My brother TC, one of the lead singers, lead vocalists, he didn't know that he had a silky smooth falsetto like that.
Wow.
Till Tom Silverman's wife, Robin Hapling, who is a Caucasian woman who produced a lot of those hits. Couldn't Care Less, Tears, Here I Go Again.
What?
A Caucasian woman, yes, produced those songs. Tommy Boy's wife produced those songs. Our first black producer came from Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, who did Tender Love. That was our first black producers.
Wow.
and two Caucasian gentlemen did "Love Is a House" too, as you know, like just naming songs. You know, people.
Yeah.
But they did it, but you know, we had to put the soul into it and bring that all out.
Man, I'm telling
became,
you guys had put a signature in the business because at the time there were so many singers back then, especially those kind of love ballad singers. You know, there were too many to mention, but you guys had concrete your name in the business that when anyone is having a conversation, Force MDs has to be a part of that conversation when talking about love ballad of the 80s. Come on up.
Hey man, let me tell you something, brother. I mean this from the heart, man. When we found out that our records was playing out in the islands, like Jamaica and all those islands, like people come to me, man, you guys Force MDs, man, we play your music out there. That really touched us, man. Really, like, really, man? Like we get a base up. Really? They playing a record out there? Like we be shocked. I'm sorry, we humble guys. We like, really? They playing a record out there, man? You know, so you know, when I just all the people I see bumping to me, Tender Love. I can't even go into that because people think we owe them child support. Man, I made so many babies on that damn song, man. But we really appreciative people. We really appreciative guys, man. We appreciate all the people that really like our music and you know what we brought to the table, man. We just did it from the heart, man. Sometimes people feel that when you sing from the heart, and your people it translates to people's. You know, music is goes to your soul, man. You feel it, man.
It does. I saw you guys did a video, and it looked like you captured the essence of the Staten Island ferry.
Yes, that had to be Couldn't Care Less.
Yes.
That was, let me say something. That was monumental to us, man. Out of all the hustling we did on that ferry, man, and sometimes the deckhands on the ferry should chase, get off the boat. No singing today. You guys keep calling to me. People piled up here, get off the boat. They used to kick us off the boat. They didn't want us to sing. We used to get mad. We had to wait till new deckhands come for us to sing and make some money. We had to wait till a new batch of the guys to come in. It's like, these guys ain't as bad as those other guys. So we go and sing, but man, it's like, ain't that something, man? After we started on here, we actually made a real live video on the Staten Island ferry. So that meant a lot to us, man.
It has to be, man. This is where it's all started.
Yeah.
Has to give tribute to it. But no, you guys, you came in the business at a time when the business was very competitive, so to speak. And you guys come in and you took your slice of the cake and you guys owned it. Now, you guys have been featured in a movie. I think it was Crush Groove at the time.
Right? Yes, Crush Groove.
Right.
It was in a movie. Yeah, Crush Groove rapping, because that's when we premiered our single "Itching for a Scratch."
Itching for a Scratch, right?
Yeah, that was a really hardcore hip hop R&B tune right there. "Itching for a Scratch."
Man,
those are the films we did.
I understand the feel. If you can feel the way you felt when you heard your song was playing in the Caribbean island, can you imagine how you felt when you know that your guys' song make the number 10 and the top 10 in the top 1 of your Billboard hit?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Let me tell you, is it like tell a quick story about Tender Love, how we made it, what happened?
Of course.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, we have time, Stevie. We have time.
Well, Tender Love was, of course, our soundtrack for the movie Crush Groove. And at first, they wanted us to be in the Crush Groove movie because we were more known as a more hip-hop R&B act. But we didn't went into the ballads, but we were known in the beginning as a hip hop R&B act. And they wanted us at first, and they changed their mind at the last minute and put New Edition in the movie because they were more popular. They had the whole Jackson 5 scenario with them. Everybody knew their name: Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Yes.
The promotion, like the Jackson 5. So they said maybe if we put New Edition in the movie, it'll draw more of their teenage fans that are flocked just to see them in the movie. Even though they had a little part, but just their fans alone knowing they're in the movie, they will come. So it was like a business move where we understood. And they was going to give New Edition Tender Love to sing on the soundtrack.
What?
But that didn't pan out. It didn't pan out. It's something contractual disputes or something. They couldn't do the record. So they begged them Give the record to the Force MDs to sing. I'm telling you, they can nail it. And they listened and gave us the song to sing, and bam, became a classic. And while we was in the studio singing with the great Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, just to put a fun fact to all the people out there that's listening.
Yes.
Tender Love was their first. This is Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, the legendary producers. Tender Love was their first crossover hit that went to number 10 on the pop charts. Their first top 10 pop record before Janet, before New Edition, before Alexander O'Neal, all the people they produced. Tender Love was the first in line to crossover pop.
Imagine that.
Yes, and doing the song, rest in peace, my Uncle Jesse, he was kind of going back and forth, arguing, not arguing, but just getting him a little like, hey man, get this guy out of here, because he's getting on nerve a little bit, because he kept saying, hey man, just need some drums, man. I'm telling Tender Love needs some drums, man. They says, no, Jesse, it doesn't need any drums. I'm telling you, man. Jesse was going back and forth. I'm telling you, man, it needs drums, man. It's not going to hit without no drums. I'm telling you. And they promised him. They says, I guarantee this song is going to be a big hit without the drums.
Wow.
Boy, they proved him wrong. They proved my uncle wrong. It became a huge hit without the drums.
So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they were a successful producer in the business already.
They were successful. They SOS band. They were successful like SOS band.
Wow.
Like they were successful on the R&B chart.
Right.
But not the pop chart.
On the pop chart, they weren't.
Right. Tender Love broke their cherry with the pop charts.
Wow.
Tender Love is the song that broke the cherry for them.
Man. And listen, I don't think it could have gone any other way. I don't think any other group, not even if the Jackson 5 were together at the time, would have nailed Tender Love the way you guys nailed Tender Love. Trust me.
Yeah, man. I think it was meant. It was meant for us, man. I gotta say, I think it was meant for us.
You guys.
Yeah, that's why it came to us. I mean, hey, guess what? It only took us 2 hours in that. I mean, 2 hours and a half in the studio to do it.
What?
Went in there, did it. Yeah, man, went and did it, and they said, we love it. They loved it. This is it, man. They was hyped up.
I'm going to ask my producer to show that video real quick if we have that video. Producer,
sure.
Is it possible for you to show this video real quick? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you a video with the song Tender Love. I like to call it the Poppin' Cherry song. So
I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tender Love by the Force MDs.
Tender love.
any more tender than that. Trust me. No, Stevie, you were correct. I am listening to it, and it didn't need a drum line. It didn't need a drum line. It was. I think a drum line would have thrown it off.
Yeah, man. I think without the drums, it made it more romantic.
Oh man.
Yes, indeed.
Listen, there's a lot of babies out there with the last name MDs.
Yes, indeed, man. Believe me, I know, man.
Created with this song plus the others. No, you guys have been there, done that. Now the performances coming in, the tours are coming in, and so forth. But unfortunately, there were, some fallen members.
Yes.
Of the group, and that came later on in the 90s. Started to lose some members.
Yeah, and 2000s, in the 2000s.
Yes.
At this point, we, from the original, like it says, when my brother Khalil left, the 5 that started recording, like it says, Khalil came back to the group. So I always look at him as original, but he left because he was there for the whole grind, the ferry boat, the talent shows, but he just left at the wrong time.
Right.
but he did come back later. Years later, he did come back, and he still has the sound of us. He sounds just like us because we all sung together somehow. Yeah. So right now, the fallen members, who's in my spirit and in my heart every day. I think about every day, even when we're still performing on stage. I know they're there spiritually. Got to rest in peace to TC, my brother. It's me and Khalil's brother.
Yeah.
TC. Mercury, Charles Nelson. Yes. Trisco J. Pearson. Wow. And just recently, maybe not even a month ago, Uncle Jesse Lee Daniels. Yes, Jesse Daniels. That's the 4 that passed me. Jesse was in and out the group. Like when he passed, he was still getting himself together. He's going through some things, trying to get himself together to get back to the group. But like I said, God takes people away unexpectedly, and he left us, and that really hurted us really bad. Cause we really looking forward to him coming back to join me, Khalil, and Zayn to keep the legacy going. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. He's in a better place from what he was going through.
Yes.
I think he's in a better place now, and so the fallen members are always going to be with us spiritually, and you will hear their voices forever in music, and we just keep it going. We just keep the legacy going, like I said, and it's a blessing that we're mainly a family-oriented group. The only one that wasn't related was Trisco. Right. Mercury's like our second cousin, but all the rest of us are all related. So we still carry the sound. We still sound similar to when we sounded back then, even now, because we're brothers and cousins and nephews, and that's a blessing that God gave us. So we're just gonna keep it going, the soulful thing going, with the group.
Man, I tell you that every time you hear I couldn't care less or tender love, itching for a scratch, and all the hits that they were a part of, then you know that they will never leave us, not even in death.
Right.
They're always a part of us.
That's right, man. And a lot of people, a lot of people have their favorites from the Force MDs, but I gotta say, out of the top, I'll say the top 3.
Yes.
Oh, it's hard. I know. It's hard. I just say, all of the people, all the people that write to us and all that, right? Tender Love is definitely number 1. Yes. Love is a House. Love is a House is number 2.
Yes.
And then it comes to Tears and Here I Go Again, head to head. Those 2 are almost even. Here I Go Again and Tears. Those songs. Then of course. He goes down the line of Let Me Love You, Forgive Me Girl, Itching for a Scratch. What do I talk about? Couldn't Care Less is right up there too. Couldn't Care Less is up there too.
It is up
there.
Couldn't
Care Less. I can't believe I forgot that one. Yeah, Couldn't Care Less. So we made a nice little catalog of songs, man, and we just like I said, we appreciate all people that still love our music, especially to the newer generation who's just hearing us.
Yeah.
Because I see us on going on YouTube, they have a thing on YouTube called Reaction. They had young people who never heard the group before, reactions, and they got some of our songs up there, and we get a great response from the young audience. Like, hey, man, I don't care how old they are; these guys sound good, man.
Hey, listen,
that's
Steve,
that means a lot.
Steve, our former president, Mr. Barack Obama, had a playlisting going on, and your guys' name were a part of that playlist.
Yes,
that goes to show, for real.
That was big. That was like shockingly big to us, because I actually seen it on TV the time they aired it. I couldn't. My phone couldn't. I was nervous. I couldn't even make calls. I was stirring. Yo, Barack Obama. So the kids got.
And to in regards to the accolades, I know that there are a lot of artists. Today's artists have covered the song as well. Like Harmony. You know,
Jordan Knight from
Marsha Ambrose.
Yes,
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah,
to name a few some hit makers out there who redo the song. They redo that song, and I'm telling you, it's like, listen, when you're great, you're just great. You cannot go around.
Yeah, man.
Trust me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're so right, man. It's a pleasure just to know that hey, man, I gotta thank the people in Jamaica that did the remake of Tears, because I heard the Jamaican version of Tears. I was like, wow.
Oh man, that was in my playlist.
Wow.
I loved it. And the band is one of those band that plays on the North Coast circuit. So in the tourists. So therefore, having that as a part of your performance, a part of your segment, while performing as a band, then you know that the tourists would relate to it because it was already a hit in the United States and all over.
Wow. Wow.
So, and they did a pretty good job at it too, I must say, man.
They sure did, man. Hey, and you know something? I was just maybe 2 days ago. I didn't know, but someone posted something on Facebook that says you may need to look into the People magazine this issue with Jennifer Lopez. And I'm like, why? And then I look in there, and it has Jennifer Lopez's story, and she says, my first slow jam dance was from Tender Love from the Horse MDs.
Wow.
When I met my boyfriend. First slow jam. Ain't that something? Like, I knew Jennifer probably knew us, but I didn't know she had a connection with Tender Love until we just seen the article. So I guess when I do see it, hey, I'm the guy who made Tender Love. Maybe she'll say, hey, come on in. Maybe she'll take me, I can meet her, you know.
I'm telling you.
I haven't met her yet.
Stevie, I must say that, you know what I mean, with everything, the group came around at a time when this was needed. And you guys came in. I don't think that, you know, some people would say the timing wasn't right and so forth. You guys came in at the right time. The right time. And you guys got signed the right time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And we just, you know, the main thing we're happy about is this, is that all these years, over almost 40, maybe 38 years, maybe counting, that when music plays on the radio, which I still hear it to this day, where I'm going, so, oh, there's our record. And somebody go, hey, Stevie, here's your record. It still sounds like it just came out. That's a good feeling right there. Wow. Doesn't sound like it got a fresh sound to it. Yeah, Love Is a House, Love on the radio now, it's a fresh new sound to it. And that really makes me like, wow, we made some timeless music. Maybe.
Hey, if in 1987 you guys scored your first R&B hit with Love Is a House, and
number one hit. Yes, number one.
Right.
Yes.
And that was like what, the second or third album?
That was actually the third album. Yes, third album.
Right.
Yes.
And that was 1987.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, we had two gentlemen from London who produced that song. I'm sorry, I don't know, the names always slip my mind, but they did a great job. They came actually to a record company, Tommy Boy Records, said, hey man, we got this song for the Force MDs. They got to listen to it. Just please let them listen to it. think we got something here. So record company, they call us, hey man, I want each of y'all to take this song and listen to it. I'm gonna give you 5 days to decide, do you want to do it? I think it's a great song, and I want you guys to analyze it, see what you can do with it, what you think you can do with it, and let us hear it. So after that 5th day was up, everybody agreed, yo, bass line is really nice in this song. I like the whole message. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. So we decided to do it. Went in the studio. When we went in the studio and did it, we recorded it, right?
Yeah.
And while they had it, mixing it down and everything, we went on tour. We was on tour with Madonna overseas. On tour, the major tour overseas with Madonna. She chose us to open up for us in front of a whole lot of acts. She chose us. She liked our sound, our group, and she got us to tour with us. So that was like playing in front of 120,000 people at night. And while we were on the tour, we get a phone call from our management from the States. Hey guys, they released Love Is a House while you guys are on tour, and it's the #1 record in the country right now. Number one R&B record in the country right now. What? #1 record. And as soon as we got off that Madonna tour, we went right on tour in the United States. Us and Levert and other groups went on tour. And boy, people love that song. Man. We always end the show with Love Is a House because we went into it Tender Love, but it's a ballad. But Love Is a House has that just togetherness type of like everybody vibe. So we end the show with Love Is a House every night.
Wow.
And it always works. So we have people taking the keys out and everything. It's a good feeling song to end the show with. And we was like so happy. And what got us the most is this part.
Yes.
When I say this, when we were young, we idolized the Jackson 5 so much. Like they are gods. Like they're gods to us, the Jackson 5. That's how we thought about singing by listening to Jackson 5. We always try to argue, I'm Michael. No, I'm Michael today. I'm Tito. We used to argue who's who. That's how serious it was for us. And then Love Is a House coming out and becoming the #1 record in the country. And Michael Jackson was #2 at that time.
Wow.
Under Us. I Can't Stop Loving You was #2 under Love Is a House. Did you know the feeling? Like just that. Wow.
Man, that must be a wow moment for the group. Trust me.
Yes, that was a wow moment. Like, do y'all see this right now? We love Michael, but like, we're over Michael Jackson right now. I'm taking a picture of this. Give me that Billboard plaque. I'm keeping this as a souvenir. So we all got that as a souvenir.
Listen, the #1 R&B hit, 1987 year, Love Is a House. Here's a video of that song, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, so you can understand what I'm talking about. Check this out.
Deep in is a house. You got the key. Oh, take me where I wanna be. Open up and let me into your heart. Just nothing you'll see. Love is a house and you got the key.
Love is a house, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? I have the keys. Oh yes, a song of all times. We're here talking with Stevie from the legendary group, ladies and gentlemen, the Force MDs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Stevie, Love is a House. You guys got the key. The number one song, 1987 was the year. Of course, imagine you guys are as brothers. I want to be Michael. I want to be, and you guys.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah, man. It got serious, man. It really did.
Man, I'm telling you, the numerous the blessings that goes with you guys from the day you guys had intent like let's do this. You know what I mean? Things became serious when you guys got signed, and from there it's no looking back. It's number one song, number two song, number 10 song. You know, it has been a success. It must have been a joy ride for you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was that was the big joy right there. And you know, and you know, Love Is the House definitely follows up with another top 10 hit of ours called Touch and Go, which is one of my favorites too. Yeah, Touch and Go is another one. That's one actually out of our videos we ever made. That's one of my favorite videos that we ever made. Touch and Go.
Yeah.
And that was our fifth to sixth top 10 song. Yeah, so it was definitely a pleasure. But Love Is a House is definitely a stamped classic.
and that itself was Touch and Go was the title of the album title, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Man, I can tell you this much. I purchased those albums, those 12-inch, those 45s. Because I tell you, I cannot go to an event and don't have a Force MDs in my collection.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I really do, man.
And I'm quite sure many DJs out there would say the same.
Yes, sir.
Even the president, if he was a DJ, he had to have a Force MDs in his collection.
That's right.
For real.
Happy. I definitely appreciate it, man. You know, definitely always a pleasure.
So you guys are still active today?
Still active today, man. Still performing everywhere. We just did the Tom Joyner cruise. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yes,
that's a really big thing. We just did that. Oh man, we turned it out. This is November just passed. We just did that. That was very, very good. That was very, you know, we still people was really impressed about how we sound and you know our performance, man. People was very in awe, and I like to thank everybody that definitely came out and showed us love, man. Especially the Tom Joyner organization that they had us on there like 4 times already, and so that's always a pleasure, you know. To all the black colleges, you know, they all support that, and it's definitely a good look.
I saw you guys perform live here in South Florida for a festival that we have.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
I remember that. That's when I met one of Bob Marley's daughters.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you guys killed it. You guys have a lot of people out there in goosebumps.
Yeah,
the energy level. It's just amazing how you guys, you know, success has spanned over like 3 decades, and you know the energy level of how you guys perform. It's just super awesome for me.
Hey man, thank you, man. We try to keep that energy up. That's a good thing. People still say to this day, Steve, how can you still dance like that, man? You 50 plus years old. Yes, it's still there.
Still there.
Yeah, it's still there, man.
And for me, what's amazing, the voice is still there.
Yeah.
That's what amazes me. It's like I could be sitting here at my back turn and you guys doing something a cappella without any studio work, and it sounds just the same.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing, man. God.
Man, I applaud
God bless you on that, man. We just try to, stay fit, man. And until the next opportunity comes, we always wanted to stay on point, man. It's
Man,
definitely a God's a blessing gift, man. Just trying to keep it going, man.
man, it's working, it's going. Let me ask you a question, Steve. We're celebrating Black History Month here, and what does, when you hear the word Black History, what does it mean to you and the group?
I say that again, sir. Say that again.
We're celebrating Black History Month. When you hear the term Black History, what does it mean to you and the group?
Well, to me personally, it shouldn't be just a month. It should be taught every month around the country for all what Black people did for this country for all these years. We deserve it to be mentioned in history every month to these to the children who don't, to all the generations who really don't know a lot. You know, I think it should be more taught how many things that we discovered. You know, that discoveries of African Americans, where we discovered, open heart surgery, just all the pioneers of what we contribute, the stoplight, just naming a few of the things that we discovered in this country. Inventors, invented. It's just so much, man, that's we don't get the credit for. Some of the stuff is being left out, what we invented to make this world go round like it is, man. I just wish they didn't think like 1 month is going to satisfy us. Like, all right, let's give them a month, man, and shut them up. I think we deserve the whole year. Every year, every month in school, they should be saying something. Oh, when we go back to history, boom, and instead of us like, hey, George Washington, the same thing. Right. They gotta just give more stories of what really happened, man. And people will be amazed and respect the Smokes. We went through such a struggle, and it hurts, man, that we don't get respect. But I always say to myself, after 100 years of slavery, and then years after that, like I'm talking about the 50s and the 60s. These Mississippi counties and not just about a lot of places that was really very racial tension. Like, why does it's racism is everywhere, but I be thinking of like what we did for this country, all the free labor for all these 400 years. Yeah, why do you still hate us? What did we do but help you get rich, picking your cotton and doing this? Why do you still hate us? And we're God's creation. We are God's creation, just like you are.
Yeah.
It just hurts me, man. I can't get that mentality of the hatred that comes in with a lot of this stuff, man. It's like, why? I'm guess they show movies. These actors be so good in these movies. You like really hate them, man. Turn this on, man. You be really feeling that, But is he having a good time acting this out, or he just really is doing it for the thing? He's acting too damn good, But I'm just saying, I'm sorry to get a little emotional with this, but it shoots me back to the Emmett Till story, how they did this 14-year-old boy, how they brutalized him and beat him because he felt he whistled at a white woman, and that story touched my heart so much. Just the cruelty of how you can just do that, just because. It's just. Hey, I gotta express this clear. Yes. Everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that.
No.
You gotta say it. You gotta pick up. You got a percentage that are like that, but everybody is not like that.
That is
but
true.
You do got a lot that is like that. You got some undercover ones who act like they ain't like that, but really is like that.
Yes.
But you just gotta keep your eyes open.
Anyone who heard that story and don't feel the way that you and I feel about it, I don't think they're human being.
Yeah,
you
man, that's a fact, man.
And do not feel when you hear or read about that story and feel something about it.
That was just pure evil.
It is.
It really, man. But hey, man, I just hope God find a way for some of us to recover that. It's so much better than it was back then. At least people got to know that when we're in the army together, got to fight for other countries. You're in the USA. You're black, white, Puerto Rican. When you're in the USA, you're fighting other countries. You're all going to be, they're going to look at you. They ain't looking at you as no color. They're looking at you, you're American, I'm killing you. They got to get that mentality, like, no matter what. When you win Super Bowls, World Series, you're black and you're white, you're Hispanic, you're all on one team to win a Super Bowl. But everybody's happy when you all win. It's just like everybody just keep picking each other. Hey, he's black, I don't like him. He's white, I don't like. It's just crazy, man. I just can never get that mentality of disliking a person for the color of their skin, man. And Black history, like I said, well, let me get back to the subject. Black history is just something my main answer is I just wish they had it more than just 1 month out of the year. I think we deserved more than 1 month out of the year. Like I said, all we did for this country.
Rightfully so. I believe so too, that we deserve to be celebrating this month, next month, and 12 months out of the year.
Exactly.
It's not something that we should only remember when it comes down to February for a particular year. No, we should be celebrating this month all year round, 365.
Yes, man. Because we it was African Americans are a key thing that make America just a more global country for all the contributions, the singers, the athletes, all the people that make tourists want to come over here and see. Just thinking like Michael Jackson, Prince, how they just draw people from all over. They go all over the world, and how popular they are being an American artist. It's just like you don't know that the power. Michael Jordan, all these guys just going overseas as the dream team. How popular they're making America just because they're from America.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying? It's big, man. It's a big thing, man. Serena Williams and the Williams sisters.
Yes.
Are making it a big They make America. That's why America's great. I gotta give Donald Trump credit about that. America is great, but it always been great. You don't gotta make it great again, but it always been great, no matter what.
Rightfully so. And what you guys have done as a group, collectively, has showed us, the little black brothers and sisters, because I sense a diverse thing that's going on when it comes on to certain things and certain groups. And I said, you know what I really would love for us to do? Stick together more. Because you guys did it. You guys come together as a group and you guys succeed together as a group.
That's right.
And I really applaud that. You guys have shown us that together we are stronger.
That's right.
Because your story, it touches me from the intro of our conversation, when you said that you guys were actually going to an audition and you see other brothers that said, hey, can I come along? And you said, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Just to join the movements, and the more the merrier,
That's right. Yeah, man.
I love that. So for me, I think we need more leaders, more persons out there that are walking by example, more persons out there that, are, I say this, when you take a look at the persons that are on the forefront of this battle here, you have the musicians, you have the athletes, you have all these persons who are traveling overseas to entertain, and, when you look at it, we're saying it's not a band from Nigeria, it's not a band from Nicaragua, it's a band from the United States of America.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So, I would say thank you so very much for the work that you guys have put in, and of course the sacrifice that you guys have made, and continuing to perform in today still, and giving us great hits, reminding us of what it used to be, and letting us know of where we are today. Now, what's new in the pipeline for Force MDs? What can we look for 2020 go on?
I don't know if Colin, a big shout out to Colin who made a lot of this happen. Colin.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, good friend, good friend. Now, I don't know if he told you that we have a Valentine's song out right now that we're putting out right now, that we put out for every Valentine's Day. If you don't have it MP3, it is on YouTube, or it's a video on YouTube. You can check it. It's a great song. It's definitely one of our. it's one of those that's up there in that line, in that top 10. It's called Happy Valentine's. I would love for you if you could just play it for the people for Valentine's Day. It's a great song, man.
Happy Valentine's. That's the title of the song.
Yeah, it's called Happy Valentine's by Force MDs.
We're definitely going to drop that one today. The fact that it's Valentine's Day, it's very much appropriate for this occasion here.
Yes, and for all my people that's listening, you can get it on iTunes, Spotify, to all the music outlets. It's only 99 cents. So it's a great Valentine's song. The lyrics is great. The harmonies, you're gonna just trust me, man. You're gonna say, wow, this is a great song. So I'd like to say thank you very much, man, for this interview. And I want everybody to have a great Valentine's Day. And I hope we come out to the island soon to perform and see us stuff here.
I heard about it. Hopefully, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Okay, buddy.
We will be there.
All right.
All right, Stevie, thank you so very much. Thanks to you, thanks to your brothers, thanks to the entire Force MD's family. And of course, how can our listeners follow you on the social media platform?
You can go on our Instagram at Official Force MDs, Twitter, Official Force MDs, and of course, Facebook, Official Force MDs.
Official Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. Stevie, thank you so very much, my brother. I really appreciate you, and continue with the great work. And I'll continue to do what I do best to put the work out there so others can hear.
Okay, my brother. You take care and have a great day.
One love, man. Peace.
One love. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Stevie D from the Force MDs. And of course, you get the real history of the group, the Force MDs, and who's best to tell it than one of the founding members of the group, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we had Khalil on one, two as well, a link as well, but didn't get to pull Khalil in. I'm not sure if it's technical issues on the other end, but ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much to Steve D from the Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, the group was composed of brothers and uncle. As a matter of fact, it was a family-oriented, ladies and gentlemen. And they came together and they pulled it off by just performing on the street corners in New York City, in Times Square. They performed on the Staten Island Ferry. And remember, boy, when I see that video drop, but I remember this, if anybody who knows these love ballads from back in those days and those hip hop songs. Remember the beatbox thing was popular back then, and they were popular known for that too in their songs. And when I saw the appearances and it makes me proud at the time. Imagine how I'm feeling now, talking with a member from the Force MDs, ladies and gentlemen, that I idolized as a youth growing up. You know what I mean? It's like you go to the record shop and you ask, is there anything new from Force MDs? Because you know anything drop as a hit. That's what it is. You're expecting the next one to come, and that's what the expectation is. This is why these guys' workload was so hard, They have a heavy workload, ladies and gentlemen, because they have set the bar so high with hit like Love Is a House, Tender Love, I Couldn't Care Less, Tears. I wonder if you guys remember that song called Tears. OMG. I think we're going to leave you with that video, ladies and gentlemen. The Happy Valentine's, we're going to leave you with that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to say this to you. Again, we want to thank a lot to you, our listeners. Those of you who are listening, whatever platform you're listening from, thank you so very much. If you have shared the link, thank you. If you haven't shared the link, I'll just say you haven't shared the link as yet. But nevertheless, thank you for considering sharing the link when you do. All right? So I'm telling you thanks in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live on FlexFM.online when we are off the social media platform, which we're going to get off in the next 7 minutes. We'll be streaming live 24/7 on FlexFM.online. It's the #1 internet station locally here in South Florida, ladies and gentlemen. We've been clocking and slapping down 60 plus countries worldwide. Countries who don't speak a word in English, much less patois. Loving this program here, and here's how we know. Because our algorithm shows us that somebody from Nigeria, someone from Japan, China, Brazil, Ecuador, Belize, and all these countries, ladies and gentlemen, and they stayed on for the entire 2 hours of the show. What does that mean? It doesn't mean it just come across the screen, you click it to see what it is and click off. No, these persons sat there and watch. Hence why we are the #1 internet station, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, Ask somebody. FLEXX TV, man, keeping it real. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a new program coming to FLEXX. I won't spill the bean as yet, but listen, a promo will be dropping soon. I'm excited about this show. It's been long awaiting, ladies and gentlemen. This personality is no stranger to your radio. No, he won't be a stranger to your television screen. All right? Yes. Coming soon to FLEXX TV, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Should I'll just leave the surprise up to you. I'll leave you in a suspense, ladies and gentlemen, for real. But nevertheless, I want to thank the Force MDs for joining me today, right here for Black History Month, Reggae Month, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a feature that we're doing all week long. Tomorrow I'll be talking with Mr. Clinton Lindsay, a pioneer over 40 plus years in the business. If I'm not correct, let me just make a guess then. 45. So yes, it's over 40 plus years. This brother has been in the business, 45 years strong now. And let me say this, it will give me great pleasure to sit and pick the brain of a radio icon such as Mr. Clinton Lindsay. I can't wait for tomorrow. In which on Wednesday, right here on World Premiere, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a World Premiere exclusive show. We'll be talking with our World Premiere exclusive guest, Mr. Coco T. Yes, the sweet, sweet Coco T. Yes, man, girl, won't you go home to your nana. Your nana, you're too young to be my lover. And, you know, it's after it's. We'll be talking to him live inside our Black History Month studio, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure that you guys are here with me on Wednesday, all right? And you don't know Thursday, then Friday, then. It's a week long of guests, ladies and gentlemen. On Thursday, we'll be talking with a promoter that should be having one of those plaques. You know those Walk of Fame, the star on in Hollywood? Mr. Forbes, Senior. When you talk about a promoter who has been done it, I honestly think this man has put on a show with the Jackson 5 already. But if I'm wrong, we'll find out this Thursday when we talk with Mr. Forbes, Senior. Yes, we will find out this Thursday from an icon promoter. All right? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, coming up later on at 7 o'clock is the Real McCoy Show with Gabby FLEXX right here, for real. So that's going to be crazy. It comes up at 7 o'clock, and you guys are in for a treat because you don't know. She have a show that gets your attention. What's in your cup? Our Valentine's show is tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure that you guys be here back at 7 p.m. In the meantime, FlexFM.online, we're going to be streaming some Black History documentaries and so forth, and some music that represent Black History the month, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, here's one that's going to go in our playlist by the Force MDs. It's called My Valentine's, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So here is My Valentine's from me to you. Have yourself a great Monday, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, thanks again to Mr. Forbes, that's Colin Forbes, and the Force MDs. Thank you guys so very much. This has been another FLEXX FM Media Group production. Have yourself a great day.
There's a letter with a heart and a flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine. There's a letter with a heart and a flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine. I wrote a letter to my sweetheart. Said, baby, would you be my Valentine? to the kingdom of love.
Music is love, there's food for the soul and fruits in a bowl.
Prepare for you.
Oh, 'cause you're so wonderful. Today's a special day 'cause we still have each other. And for this new year, I promise myself to treat you better than before. Let me feed you that chocolate candy. Can you read between the lines? I'm happy you're my Valentine. Girl, there's your letter.
The heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine.
So for you.
There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on
It's
it.
yours.
Happy Valentine. It's for you, yeah. Tender love is what you need. Let me love you. 'Cause love is a house and you got the key. Here I go again with you, tears of joy. So baby, try your eyes. Oh, name on it. Happy Valentine. Happy Valentine Day to you, baby. Here's a letter with the heart and the flower. Here's a letter with your name on it, baby. Yeah. Happy Valentine. Happy Valentine. Here's a letter with the heart and the flower. Said I love you, baby. I need you. There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine. My Valentine. You are my Valentine. There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine.
I love you so much.
There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine. There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine. There's a letter with the heart and the flower with your name on it. Happy Valentine.
I wrote a letter to my sweetheart. Said, baby, would you be my Valentine? Well, roses are red and violets are blue. Sweet
The rose and your name on it. Force and D's. Then and now. That's the Force and D's now. Sounding just like they did then. Bad. Listen, that's classical right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear that and more, just keep it locked to FLEXXFM.online. It's FLEXXFM.online. Of course, you will be so entertained. You'll be so empowered and inspired. Just go to FLEXXFM.online. Alright, don't forget tonight is Movies Mondays at 8 o'clock, so make sure you stay around for that show as well, alright? Right after Will McCoy show with Gabby Flex. Cool? I just said for great ladies and gentlemen. That's been another Flex FM production. Hey, that's now. Remember Force and Leaf then? Listen in.
To my sweetheart, it says soon as you get home, follow the rose path.
They lead you to the kingdom of love.
Music
CAR Caribbean Auto Resource, located at 5270B North State Road 7 in the city of North Lauderdale. We have a program built for tax time. Our program includes $500 minimum down payment, cash or trade-in. Qualifies after 30 days on the job. $1,600 minimum income. Units up